Is it live now?
Yeah. Hi everyone.
Hello. Sorry, as you can see, right, the place we are in right now is not exactly very conducive to conduct a live session. Yes, correct. Because due to the COVID-19 pandemic, right, there are a lot of things that we need to. There are a lot of changes with regards to the COVID-19 pandemic. So we are not able to do this live session indoors, and so we have to do it outdoors, like to provide more ventilation, right?
Yes, and we are trying our best to keep with the distance from each other, and we will be keeping our masks on. We'll be keeping our masks on, but when we are speaking, we'll take it off for a moment.
Yeah, we'll try our best to answer all of your questions today, and aside from that, we will also be maybe giving some of our experiences, like when we are in Boston, like during the HNMUN period. I don't know. Wait, is there anyone inside right now?
My
You help me check if there's any question.
You can pin a tweet. I mean, pin a comment.
Oh, can pin comments. Okay.
So,
Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. I got a feeling Madison is coming.
Okay. How do I pin this tweet? Pin comment. Okay.
Water. Yes.
Should we just be closer?
Sorry? Move closer lah, move closer. I think it's fine. So whenever, like, let's say the person is talking or whatsoever, then we just like shift a little bit, shift there a little bit. So wait, hey, you check the SIM, see if there's any Instagram or not. Yeah. Oh, Aaron said hi. Shami said hi. Okay, hi guys. Hold on. Okay, Aaron, stop it. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, currently you can see there's only like the three of us. I apologize because our director is late apparently. Please don't mind us because this is considered our first Instagram live. Yeah, like what I said earlier, given the circumstances, we have no choice but to do it outdoors. So I've actually compiled some questions over here, like normally what how do I call it? Like new students that are joining SIM would actually ask. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, right, for Instagram Live, we prepared some questions for you guys. So like some of the questions they will ask is usually what the training hours will be like. So I would say before the COVID-19 pandemic, right, before the COVID-19 pandemic, our session is usually every Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m. But as of right now, I think it's still pretty much the same, right? Training will be 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. But there is a possibility that the timings will be adjusted a little bit. But rest assured, it will not have any clash with your ongoing lessons. Sorry? One people, but it's fine. Yeah. How do I snort? Okay, so yeah. So so far while we are waiting for questions, training hours I actually highlighted already. So if you guys got any questions, y'all can let us know. Then Kim, you got anything you want to say?
Not yet.
No questions, honestly. Okay.
Tasir is here.
Okay, our director is here, so thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, she out a little bit, I mean.
Can I see?
Yes. Then we can share the questions together. Tasim, so our director is here.
Hello.
Yeah, so
I don't think got space eh.
what?
Kim can see in front of me.
Okay. Never mind, I'll just sit here.
Okay. No, once you're done, you can come in already. So Mutasim, I was actually telling
I'm so
those
sorry.
people that are catching the live on the training hours will be like. So from our understanding, right, is that before COVID-19, the training hours is actually from 7 to 10 every Wednesday. So right now, right, during this COVID-19 pandemic, right, will there be any changes to like the timing and everything?
The timing will still be the same.
Okay.
It will still be a 3-hour session. We don't intend to change it for now. So those who may have heard rumors or falsehoods that we have changed the timings, I would like to clarify there's no falsehood.
Yes, so the director actually clarified that there's no change in the timing. So
right.
I suppose it's 7 to 10 p.m.
That's right.
Is there any questions that from the people?
Hello. Clement says hello.
Oh, Clement. Hi, Clement.
Hello.
Okay, hi. So, any questions?
questions.
Are there any questions on the floor? Okay, there's no questions on the floor, but okay, we somewhat expected there will be quite a few questions asked because it's very hard to conduct live, when we don't have a physical booth. So we try to, like what I said earlier, we try to answer all of the queries and the questions. Regardless, we compile some questions for you guys. So the second questions, right, is that how will they be conducted? I'm assuming it's the training sessions, right? So like what I mentioned, for COVID-19 it's actually very unpredictable. So we used to do it on a physical setting, but right now, right, we have no choice but to do everything online because CCA activities are not exactly resumed in universities. So as to how they are being conducted, we are still in the midst of planning, but rest assured that we will try to give all these newcomers yes.
So as of now, IIS will be conducting the trainings via Zoom. It will be online, but we are still hoping for good news of resuming physical training, but that will be in a later date and plans. But yes, we'll be having our training sessions, our feedback sessions, all will be online. So issues of social distancing will not be an issue, and it will all be safe. So yeah.
Do you want to add on, you guys?
Oh no, I think Anira has
Pass
answered
to
it.
you guys,
Okay.
and you all can ask any questions.
Right. So which?
You can just
You can start from the third question.
Third question. Okay. Right. What are training sessions like in general? Well, training sessions are like a methodical process. We will let them discuss the issues as how delegates are in an actual UN session. Okay, they'll have to present their solutions, and then they'll have to lobby with other delegates, and we will take a look at how professional and how composed they are within those 3 hours. So not just how well they speak, but how diplomatic they can be. They shouldn't be too brash. That means you can't go into a session with your guns blazing. So you have to be very calm. You have to bring across your point as tactfully as possible. And yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
Which one?
For training sessions, how will they be conducted? Just to add on, the trainers will be there to assess you continually throughout the training period. So we may be literally behind well, in a physical setting, trainers will be behind a room, but in a Zoom setting, we'll just be there. We'll just see how you interact with one another during a speech or during a lobbying session, and we'll see how good you are and how much you improve as time goes by.
So just to clarify, just to add on to what the director is saying earlier, right? The whole thing about this HNMUN program is that once you sign or register with us, right, there will be around 3 months training, correct? A 3 months training, like somewhere between August or September to December period. That's for us because we used to have 2 student involvement drive, but right now, right, from the information that we've received, we only have 1 student involvement drive, and so students that wish to join this program, I would recommend them to register by the 3rd of August. So, but with the 3 months of training, right, you will go through what we call it as selection process, and this selection process, right, will therefore determine whether these students are eligible to participate in the annual HNMUN conference. Okay, so the next question. Before that, is there any questions from there? No questions. Okay, then I'll be moving on. Okay. The 4th question is: are our solutions going to be sent to the UN? How do I clarify this? No, our solutions are not be going to the UN, but our intention is to have our solutions, right, which is the draft resolution, to mimic the United Nations as close as possible, so that you guys will have the most how to say the closest experience you can have to the actual thing, which is the United Nations. Do you guys want to add on anything to question 4 or Tim? Anything? No. Okay, so now I shift on to you. Question 5. Actually, you can jump lah.
Okay.
Just jump the questions.
So since training will be online, you may ask if dinner will be served. Well, I mean, that will be on your household, but you can eat dinner, but like silently at your own time. So no worries about that. You won't go hungry training with us. Question 7. How detailed should the solutions be? I think we should preface this live to say that when you go into training, you will be training as a delegate of a country, right? So you will be presented with a topic or a problem, essentially, where your country have to solve that problem based on your stances and your beliefs. So whatever solutions that you come up with has to be relevant to the problem itself. So how detailed it will reflect on the amount of research that you have done, the type of delegate that you want to be or want to be presented as in the trainings and in the sessions. So
Yeah, and to add on to what our assistant director has said, it's not only a matter of what solutions you have, but also a matter of who the stakeholders will be, how you're going to achieve those solutions, and perhaps even give a time frame. So it could be a long-term solution or even a short-term solution. It's all up to you, but of course, the more research that you have, the stronger your position will be.
I would say not to worry about the solutions as of yet, because we will guide you along the way. We will drop you reviews to try and perfect the solutions and everything. So with regards to how detailed should we be, of course, the more detailed it will be better, but also have to take note that detail is not everything, just as what our director has mentioned earlier. There are a lot of considerations to take into place. So, you got anything you want to add on?
no.
Want to say the others? Question 8.
So what are some expectations? Basically, I would say just come with an open mind, because when I first came in to the CCA, I had no idea what to expect as well. So I would say just come with an open mind. you have a lot of opportunities to talk to other people. So I think expectation-wise, I did expect to do some public speaking, some talking to students of different courses, and just a lot more communication and socializing with other people. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Question 9. What are some of the expectations? I want to add on to what Kim is actually add on or what are some of the expectations. I think because HNMUN all along has set the standards very high, because you all have to understand that HNMUN is not just any other programs that you'll find out there. It's actually an international conference that was being held by the Harvard University itself. I think the name speaks speaks for itself. And so from there, right, definitely there will be expectations. So don't take it too lightly that things are gonna be easy, because it's not. Okay, when I first joined, I also thought that it's gonna be easy, and I told my trainers, never mind, because I'm majoring in economics and politics, so I suppose I can do it. But it turns out it's a complete 360, because I wasn't expecting that. It's really, really going to be very tough. That is one thing I'm gonna be upfront with you guys. But you'll get a lot of
experience and exposure.
Yes, correct. Experience and exposure. And you also can write very nice stuff on your portfolio. So it's like, hey, I represented SIM in Harvard National Model United Nations. Practically you are not representing SIM itself. You are also representing the country, which is Singapore. You're also representing Singapore, because our team is the only team, right? The only team in Singapore,
students.
Correct, that sends students to the US to compete with international university students from all across the globe, which is about 3,000 delegates, I think.
And some of these students come from Ivy League schools like University of Chicago, California, and various others, and some of the most prestigious ones from Latin America. So you are competing not only international students per se, but also some of the best and brightest. So it's no mean feat.
Yep.
Robin and Kai Kit has joined us.
Okay, hi Robin
guys.
and Kai Kit. So yeah, just going through some of the questions, like the commonly asked questions. So the next one is on where are we? Expectations. Okay, how brutal, right? How brutal is the selections process?
I think I answered.
Okay, you answered it because
So for question 9, right, was about how brutal the selection process is. I can assure you that the beginning selection process, right, it's not as brutal as people expect it, because we understand that some people may not have, they're not used to public speaking and stuff like that. So for the beginning selection process, going to training, it's rather, I won't say easy, but we are willing to take in anyone that's interested and enthusiastic and basically wants to improve themselves and is willing to grow. So for the beginning selection process, I would say it's rather alright. So we encourage anyone and everyone to join. But for the final selections, that one will be after training, so it will be slightly stricter. But then again, we encourage everybody to join so that we will love the more the merrier, you know what I mean? Like during training session. So yeah, just join and have fun.
So Anira, you wanna do the honors? Question 10.
Okay, so the question is, what's the process after registering with HNMUN? So please remember that our registration begins on the 3rd till the 7th of August. So please register. So after registering, you will be receiving emails from our team to facilitate you through the selections process. So the selections process will include three sections, 3 steps, three things that you have to do, which is written test, and then a group interview, and then an individual interview. So once you have gone through successfully those three steps, then you will be brought into our training session.
I would like to reassure the students that are interested in joining HNMUN, right, that this three steps, right, of tests, it's not exactly a test. It's actually more like an evaluation procedure for us. I mean, every batch, right, when they conduct this kind of selections, right, it's normal because for us as trainers, right, we want to try and see how you guys articulate your information, and that is important in HNMUN, so not to worry. And I think the questions that was being asked, right, and as a part of the evaluation process, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's relatively easy, correct? Yeah, it's relatively easy, so not to worry. Once again, it is not a test, so don't
be put off by it.
Yes, don't be put off, or don't just say that, oh, you do not want to register because you are afraid of the test that you might fail or whatsoever. So I would say just go with an open mind, you see. Like in the beginning, right, when all of us we joined, there is this info session that was provided our trainers, and we were pretty scared. I was pretty worried because I went with my friend, and my friend seems prepared, and I'm not prepared, you know. But on that day when I did this so-called evaluation, correct, this so-called test, and then I find that it's actually okay, you know. A suggestion, right, or an advice from me, right, is that so long as you keep up with the world issues, current affairs, I think it's fine, correct, because like what I said, just to articulate, correct? Yeah.
And also, I used to be someone who was not into politics, did not care about global issues at all. So, for me, from coming from a student who has no background whatsoever, I think it really plays a part on your interest and how invested you are in it in terms of researching, reading, and yeah. So just you know, like, don't close a door before opening it.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true.
Okay.
So we have a question from Robin. Can I join HNMUN too? Okay, for those of you guys who don't know, Robin is actually our trainer. So I don't think people who had experience to attend HNMUN before can attend. But regarding that, right? Like for previous batch students who have experience in trying to join HNMUN, right? We'll get back to that later on. We actually prepared questions for that.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you for your questions, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Yeah, moving on.
Right, moving on. Will we get to go to the US after registering with HNMUN? That is dependent on a few things. First of all, okay, putting aside the current COVID situation, it's not confirmed that you are going to get to go to the US, because you'll have to go through the stringent selections process, as we've mentioned, as well as the final selections process, where we evaluate you on how much progress you've made and how well prepared you are at the end of the 3 or 4 month training period. And the slots are limited. It's all dependent on the school, so you'll have to fight hard for it. And okay, moving into the current COVID-19 situation, there is a chance that the future batch may not be able to go to the US, since the situation there is quite dire. We have prepared a few contingency plans for other alternative locations around the world, but again, this is dependent on the travel advisories from the relevant governments. So it's best to temper your expectations for now. That's all I can say.
With regards to what Tassim has said earlier, right? Even though with the current COVID-19 pandemic, right, we understand it's ongoing and there is a surge of cases in the US, but not to worry, okay? because from what I've seen yesterday, right, the HNMUN page was still active and they were still posting posting posts about their Secretary General, all their committees members. So I think it's still it's still ongoing. So not to worry about that. And with regards to the alternative months out there, right? We actually do have a lot. We have Tokyo Month, S-Month, and Harvard World Month, right? Yeah, we have all different kinds of international months out there. So you need not stick to that particular Harvard National Model United Nations. And even if you didn't get a chance to go on an international month, you can always start from a local month first, like S-Month, correct? S-Month, NTU month, there are a lot of months out there. You can do your research and look at what are the months out there. So our intention, right? Our intention of this HNMUN, right, is that we as trainers, we try not to promote so much on HNMUN alone, because the problem with MUN, right, is that it's a model United Nations and it shouldn't be just altered to Harvard National alone. And that is the reason why, right, for previous batch students and current batch or new batch of students, right, who are interested in, right, but did not get selected for the Harvard National Model United Nations, it's okay, it's fine, because you are already trained delegate, correct? And when you're a trained delegate, you can actually go join any other local months out there, start again. You get what I mean? Not necessarily it must be a Harvard National. I think what's more important is actually the fun and the experience. Yeah, correct. Which question next? What's the rough timeline?
Okay, timeline. The training will start proper in late August, 24th, and we will be wrapping things up by December. And after which there will be a short break, and those who have been selected will go through an additional round of training, probably in January. And yeah, that's basically the timeline. It's about approximately half a year.
Plus or minus around there. 3 months training and then selections. Next year, those selected will have additional trainings.
Correct.
HNMUN. HNMUN is usually around Feb of next year, correct?
February, yes.
Feb of next year. For us, it's Feb 13 to Feb 16, I think. Correct. Yeah. So after that, right, what's the process? How brutal? What's the process? 13, is it?
Are there any questions on the floor?
Why you skip it?
Sorry? Ryan? We have a question by Ryan, Regulus Ryan, I'm not sure who that is. Can I be as handsome as Lock Feng? Sure, why not?
Oh my god, guys. Ask the team, huh?
Sorry?
Yeah.
What's this?
13. You can try and answer 13 if you want.
Can people with previous MUN experiences still join HNMUN program? Right, that's the point that we wanted to get to just now. Okay, so we've set up a framework for former MUN trainees. Because they have been trained, they are actually able to sign up again and go through the training process, but it will be slightly different. Yes, they will be training alongside the new candidates, but no, they will not be able to go to the Harvard program. But as trainers, we will do our best to look for alternative MUN programs continually and update them and prepare them appropriately for those conferences. So they could range from regional ones like local ones, sorry, like S-MUN, to regional ones like the ones in Indonesia, like Asia World Month, or even the ones in Malaysia. So these are all closer to home, but they are still equally competitive. Alright.
So we have a question. What are some skills I can take away if I join the training program? So I guess for me, personally, I have definitely improved first and foremost on my confidence. I was never able to come up to the floor like to a room of people and talk before, but MUN has pushed me out of that comfort zone. So that is the first. And then secondly, I feel like my research skills has incredibly improved, and this essentially have helped me in my school life as well, in my modules and in my studying, because in MUN it requires you to research rigorously and very in depth, so that has enhanced my studying experience as well. And thirdly, for me, it has taught me how to improve my leadership skills, because when working with other students or other delegates, it requires you to know how to not raise your voice, but use your voice effectively, how to lead people, how to listen to people, how to negotiate, how to empathize with people, and that all adds up to your leadership skills. And I can assure you that by joining MUN, you will be an all-rounder student. I bet you.
Is there any other questions? Okay. So after the questions, maybe you can move on to our experiences in HNMUN and everything. Okay. So question 14. Is this more like a program, or is it leaning more towards a committed CCA? Actually, this question, I sort of thought of it because I remember when I registered for the CCA, I was so confused, because I don't know whether it's a program or am I joining the CCA. But the truth is, HNMUN, right? HNMUN is actually a program, but it is also a subdivision. It is a subdivision of the IAS, which is the International Affairs Society. So when you join this HNMUN program, right, you are effectively joining IAS, correct? But you are attending a HNMUN program. Yeah. So for this question, I would say that it is a program, but then if you get selected, right, you have to commit. You have to attend the conference at US, and when you come back, you will have to commit a year as a trainer, just like us. So, yeah, correct. Question 15 will be, will there be a second involvement drive aside from the upcoming SID?
Yeah, sure. For this year, let me take off my mask first. Right. For this year, we have only one SID, one student drive. There's no news yet about a second one. However, if you'd like to join, like let's say halfway through, like what happened to us last year, just drop us an email, and we will be discussing with the relevant authorities, like the school and our faculty advisor, to see if we can bring in more students. Right.
So, those new viewers that just joined us, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This is actually part of promoting the HNMUN program in IAS. So, if you have any questions, please do feel free to ask. Don't feel paiseh or like awkward or anything. Yeah, we'll try our best to answer. So, okay. So the last question that we have is, what's the commitment like for this CCA? Okay, I think this one everybody has something to say about it, because it's very controversial. Okay, what's the commitment like for this CCA? Okay, I'll start first. The commitment is there's a lot of commitment, but I think it's still manageable. Okay, as you have seen, we are all actually we've been through the brutal 3 months training, and we came back training again. Then we go to HNMUN. We came back, and then we still are able to complete our exams and everything. So I think it's manageable, but please don't take it lightly that it's gonna be easy. Like I said earlier, it's not gonna be easy. But also, like what Anira said earlier, you'll have this vast improvement, right, in terms of research skills, your communication skills, your the way you present and everything. So yeah, so I think the commitment is it's tough. It's slightly harder than any other CCAs out there. But the takeaway would be huge. Will be huge.
The
yes.
benefits will definitely outweigh the drawbacks. And don't be intimidated by like what we said about it being a high commitment CCA, because you'll be trained by some of the best trainers, like us. And we will be there to help you, to mentor you, and to even be a listening ear outside of training hours. And we will ensure that you become the best version of yourself. And you'll just have to keep on this momentum for if you become a trainer for the next year. So yeah, just keep a good mindset, and all will be well.
Okay, so the questions more or less we prepared already. So if you guys have any questions, please ask. And then as for right now, maybe you can talk a little bit of our experiences.
Sure.
Who shall we start first?
Ladies first.
Oh, ladies first. Okay. Kim first.
Kim first.
Okay, Kim first.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
Huh?
3. Just now we had 10.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Okay, okay. That's not actually mine.
What
Okay.
what kind of experiences are we talking about?
Maybe okay lah. Let's do the easy one. Let's just start with training experiences.
Training experience. Okay. So starting from the first ever committee session, 1.1. I think it was quite fun actually. For my experience personally, I think that because I had an interest in like current affairs, and the topic was quite interesting. The Kurdish question revisited. And on top of that, I was given a fairly controversial country in that particular topic, Israel. So it was sort of overwhelming, but I managed to get through it. Although, being my first session, the feedback given from trainers was that I spoke too much like a politician, very straight arrowed. So in MUN, you have to be more how to say, a bit more flamboyant, have a bit more pizzazz or theatrical within you, so that you are able to engage the audience, capture their attention, and lobby effectively. How about you?
For me, my training experience was an interesting one. I started off as very shy, and then slowly, it took me a while to really get used to public speaking and socializing and talking to so many people at the same time. I would say it's a very, very good learning experience. It might require some work, CCA studying balance, but I would say that the sacrifices that you make for HNMUN, right, will definitely be worth it at the end, and you can see yourself really grow and blossom, because the HNMUN environment itself forces you to step out of your comfort zone already, and it forces you to do things that you never thought that you are able to do or capable of, and because you are put in such an environment, right, you are forced to.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
It's the power of Kim.
I'm so sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I'm too impactful, yeah.
Oh no.
With your
It
Our
won't-
speech is impactful, guys.
I think it's going to drop again,
Really?
Okay.
because
We should
it's
tighten.
sliding.
Is it okay?
No, it's
Oh,
this
sliding
part.
a
It's
bit.
gonna,
Okay.
it's gonna slide again.
Oh my goodness, oh my.
Anyway, it was good.
I think
Should
we
we
just
just
hold it.
wrap it
Oh,
up?
hold
No,
it.
no,
Just
just-
hold it.
Okay.
This is so funny.
We have to come closer then.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but anyway, it was an interesting experience, so I definitely recommend joining HNMUN.
That's right.
Yay.
I'm seeing the live feed from here. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, your turn, Long
Yeah,
Time.
but Selena, thanks for the words of
Yeah.
encouragement, Selena.
Madam, we love you.
Okay. So where was Kimberly on just now?
I ended with your turn.
Okay.
Okay, so Overall, the training session, okay, there's actually fear, there's actually enjoyment, there's fun overall. I remember for my first CS, I think it was really awkward, honestly, because we were given dissect, you know, and we were given one of the most cutthroat committee sessions out there, and then like the trainers wants us to, okay, you all go fight each other, but which is like for the first timers like us, right, I don't even know what is MUN, you know, I'm still trying to absorb this entire thing, and then it's like they're telling us, then our faculty advisor was like, why are you guys not fighting?
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys you guys betray, you know, and all this stuff? It's like, what is this, like international peace conference, you know, kind of thing? It's like you guys are representing your country and you all should like have different stances, right? Correct? And when you guys have different stances, you all should fight. You all, okay, not say fight, you all should defend your stance. You all should defend your stance and then ally with those, right, that are really close with you. Correct? And like I would say the first committee session for me was really awkward. It wasn't a very I didn't really, okay, I would say I learned something from the first CS, but it's just that like I still wasn't sure what the process was like, you know. But subsequently when I moved to, let's say, like CS2, CS3 and everything, I think this is where we made the most improvement out of it lah. But unfortunately during CS2, because I had some personal issues, and so I had to step back. Yeah, correct. Okay. But subsequently, I think I joined lah.
He bounced back. Yeah, and bounced back hard.
I bounced back, guys. Yeah, so I managed to bounce back, and here I am. You know, I completed HNMUN and everything. So that's why my suggestion, right, to all the freshies out there is that don't let fear put you down, you see. I mean, like, for Anira, right, she almost wanted to quit for the first committee session. I wanted to quit during the second committee session. Correct? All of us been through this process of feeling very tired and then having to stay at night every day to complete position paper and all. But ultimately, if you hang on to it, I believe that we can do it. Yeah. So, Anira?
Hi.
I see.
So I think for me, like what Lok Peng said, that he felt that he wasn't really that good in CS1. I think I have to disagree, because like Mutasim and Lok Peng in CS1 in the first ever meeting, they came out like with, you know, like sounding like politicians and MPs.
No, I didn't.
And then like with this guy, he came all prepared with cue cards, and he had like he was flipping through all his speeches. Okay, I'm gonna do this one next, and I'm just like.
Wait, I want to clarify something. She and her partner Evangeline did a logo, okay, and I didn't even do logo. I was just like, okay, I just had cue cards, and then I just go there and then I just speak directly from the cue cards, you see. And then they were like preparing logos. I was like,
oh my
what in the world?
We had logos. We were the USA. We can do anything.
Wait, was it USA, Turkey, and
yeah, USA and Turkey.
Yeah, USA and Turkey.
Yeah.
They're really up there. So.
But yeah, I think overall training experience, like one of our trainers, Gabriel, I quote him: "You will start off from a cocoon and you will blossom into a butterfly." And I truly believe that, because in my own eyes, I have seen some of my friends that were in the conference, like Kimberly, and then like my personal friend Diana. Amazing delegate. She started out as shy and so soft-spoken, and by the final CS, she was a force not to be reckoned with. Not to be reckoned with. She was fierce. So truly, you will just be an all-rounder.
I really want to give a shout out to Diana, because I feel that Diana is really one of our best delegates out there. I really feel, because I've been with her since CS1. And during CS3 and the final CS, she really like shine, you know, like she just go up there and she defend her stances. So
amazing.
I hope like anyone that is watching this and knows Diana, hope that like, you know, Diana watch this.
We have another question.
Ryan?
What is the biggest takeaway from the conference in Boston? Anyone?
Biggest takeaway. McDelivery. Anyway, yeah, to answer that question, best takeaway would be, I'd say you I'd say that you get to see the different styles and methods employed by the international students, because we've been taught to approach MUN in a particular way from our trainers, and you'll see various other styles from the other students, and some of them are so outspoken, even though they may be younger than us. They have this amazing sense of confidence and fire in them, and I think it's very good that we emulate that and pass it on to the future batches. And of course, as delegates ourselves, we also try to be as driven and as impactful as them.
Okay, so
I would say the biggest takeaway was meeting new people, because I had never participated in such a big event before and such a big conference. So the scale of it was really mind-blowing. And people just came from everywhere, from Europe, all parts of the world, so that was cool. I got to talk to them and socialize with them and get to know more of them, and some of them we managed to actually click and we stayed in contact for a while after the conference. So I would say the biggest takeaway was having the opportunity to work with so many different people, because in Singapore we tend to work with the same people over and over again, and you get to know their working style or their training style after a while. But when you go over there, it's a whole different playing field, and meeting these people was amazing. And also I think getting the opportunity to even go to US was another thing as well.
yes,
Yeah.
You guys have any questions? So, what's the biggest takeaway? So where were we just now? We're at the experiences for... Oh, Anu joined!
Hi,
Anu!
Hello.
Oh, Ashwarya, hello!
Hello.
So Ashwarya is actually one of our same batch trainees. Yeah. Hey, so if you guys got any questions, please ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Please shoot us how you shot
Hello.
Do you
us.
have any questions for us?
yes, if you got any questions, please
Just
ask.
ask.
We
Just
will
ask.
try and answer the questions for you.
We're gonna be as thick-skinned as possible.
I guess we are already very thick-skinned.
That's you.
Me, that's me, thick-skinned one.
I'm trying to fix this.
Okay, so
Wait, and you wanna tilt it more to the back so that it won't slip forward.
So we just try and do a sweep through lah. So just now we've discussed what is MUN already.
Yes.
So what's the process like?
Requirements.
Wait, I wait for Nira to settle that first. Is it okay? Okay. So just now we okay, what's the process like of selection, and then there's how would they be conducted, how the trainers assess us on US, rough timeline, can people with previous MUN experiences still join the HNMUN program? Yes, you guys can. Oh yes, I totally forgot about that. Thanks for reminding him. So if you guys have any questions, please drop us an email. The email is sim.modulun@gmail.com. Yes, sim.modulun@gmail.com. So remember that, guys. That's provided for those who didn't manage to.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so that's for those who didn't manage to catch this live session today.
Right.
You can always drop us an email. We will be more than willing to answer all of your queries, all questions. And that although this is actually our very first CS, we will try to do more live.
Yes.
No, this is our first. I'm sorry. This is our first live session. Correct. This is our first live session for HNMUN. We will try to do a lot more to try to get you guys know you guys better. Try to know what kind of questions you guys will ask, and yeah, we'll try our best. Maybe we might also be expanding our digital platforms and everything to try and reach you guys as well. So what's the time now? Okay, we somehow got about another 5 minutes. You guys got anything you all want to add on or?
Okay, as I've mentioned in one of the previous publicity videos, please strongly consider joining MUN because it's more than just a club that talks about global affairs. It's also a club that encourages you to continuously improve yourself, and these skills that we impart, the skills of confidence, research, public speaking, these are all very, very crucial skills that you can use outside of the club. You can use it in school, you can even use it in the workplace once you have graduated, and these are lifelong skills. And rather than going out and paying thousands of dollars for those professional workshops, you are getting it for free. So why not? And you make new friends along the way, friends that are, as our former trainer Ben has mentioned, ride or die friends.
Then
Shout out to Ben. Yeah.
the Singaporean lingo always, is it free? Yes, it's free,
It's
so
free.
you guys can join. Yeah, okay, so I just want to add one thing is that what makes our CCA, right, this program so special from other CCA is that, like, aren't you guys tired, like always joining a CCA that it's like, let's say, repetitive, the same thing over and over again? Don't you want to try something new, right? I'm pretty sure you guys want to try something new and want to better improve yourself. So what other CCAs out there, right? The International Affairs Society, correct? We actually have, okay, let me explain this IAS thing. Okay, IAS, that's basically 3 different branches, which is the IAS Gazette, the International Affairs Society, and our branch, which is the Harvard National Model United Nations. Okay, so ultimately, right, regardless of which division that you guys chose to be, all of this, you will get something out of it. Anira actually was previously from the IAS Gazette, so like she sort of have this like she learned a lot of things lah. She took a lot of things from the IAS Gazette, correct? And for us at HNMUN, we also learned a lot from there lah, correct? Yeah, and frankly speaking, right, I really met a lot of friends. Like I met Inda, I met Quinta, Quinta.
Okay.
Yeah, I met Inda, I met Quinta, I met Aaron, Dennis, everyone, yeah, and we are still in contact, you see, so
We were just talking to them yesterday.
yeah, they were just so awesome. I love them so much. Yeah, and you guys have anything you want to summarize before we wrap it up? Yeah.
Anything to say?
The assistant director will summarize everything. So.
Oh no. Okay, as we have 2 more minutes, I think to
Oh my gosh,
it's
sorry.
okay, come here. To summarize this, I guess our club is open to not only year ones but also existing students as well. If you want to try something new, something very different, every week, you come into the committee session expecting something different and walking away and learning something different every single committee session, every single week. And it is always a continuous learning process. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be enriching. So yeah, if you'll never know where this club can take you, and I strongly encourage you to just sign up and
Carry on.
Keep up anymore,
sign up and try.
Okay, I have really one last final thing to summarize. If you guys want to know what HNMUN2020 is all about, please do check out our Facebook and our Instagram. We have 3 videos for you guys this year. We have the journey of HNMUN2020, which is our journey. We have the official video if you want to know more, and we also have 20 questions, which is completely new. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this live feed, and we'll see you in the next live session. Okay. Yay!
See you.
Okay, see you guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Let's end this. Is it already?
Yeah.
And now.
Wait, we are gonna save this.
How do you
Okay,
save
and
it?
now.
And now?